everyone. Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner. This week's Coach's Corner, we're going to talk Ponca City baseball to begin our show, and we'll introduce you to our new baseball coach. Of course, if you've been following, the Wildcats are having a really good season right now. About halfway through, they're 10-9 on the season as we hit a big game as we record our program tonight against Bartlesville. Our new coach is Drew Burris, and first of all, Coach, before we talk too much about the season, how has it been for you coming into Ponca, your family, the adjustment, everything going okay?
Oh, it's been wonderful so far. Everybody seems to be loving it here, as do I. It's been really nice, very nice community, nice everything. So, and got our daughter enrolled in a good school system, and it's been very good.
It helps too that the guys have really taken to you, and I say that, you know, when you hit 15 and 16-year-olds, you never know how that's going to work, and you're a young guy yourself, but it looks like the players, and if you want to use the term buy in, it looks like they really have come ready to learn, and that's showing up on the field.
Yeah, it has, and you know I'm at a great advantage with the fact that of my assistant coaches. They've been here in this system, they've been around the kids, and so you know it's helped us as far as the development and just that little bridge between them and me. There's still things that they're trying to learn about me, and there's still things I learn about them every single day, and that's part of what baseball is about. Part of what any sports is about is just getting those relationships, and we're getting there.
Absolutely. You watch Coach Burris's teams, and I wish I could really put my finger on what kind of a coach he is, because if you watch our guys play, there are some guys, some games where they knock the cover off the ball. There are some that we've watched that are 1-0, 2-1, where you got great pitching and great defense. This team has a little bit of everything, don't they?
Yes, they do. The moment that they can put everything together, we think that it's going to be something really special. We're still in that process of trying to get every single thing. You know, pitching has been great all year long. That is the one thing that we have had, really hasn't gone away. Hopefully it doesn't tonight. That's kind of one of the things that we always count on, is we've got a deep staff. Defensively, we've had our moments where we play really well, and then sometimes where we don't. Offensively, it's just kind of that way. We've adjusted how we do things offensively, and we try to allow kids the opportunity to drive in runs, and we just kind of see how the game goes.
When you talk with coaches, though, coaches can live with wins and losses if everybody is working as hard as they can. Is this team a group of workers that are doing all that you're asking them?
Yes, they are. And, you know, the thing about them is they never give up. That is the one thing as far as a coach that I value more than anything else. And it's something that's very hard to teach. It's something that they've learned from their families and from everything else. But, you know, it's been evident from past games this year. We go into a game against Greenwood, and we come back and score, I think, 6 runs, if I can remember it, in the 7th inning to win that game against a pretty good squad. And that's kind of been how this team is. They, they never give up, and they always continue to fight and play as hard as they can. So
that's all you can ask. Now, this weekend, your team went 3-1 in a tournament, but if people follow baseball, Dale, Oklahoma is one of the best teams year in and year out, regardless of any class. They are always a Class A, B, high school baseball power. And you talk about good wins. Is Dale as good as they've been, and was that a good win?
Yes, they are a very good squad. They've got a bunch of kids, good-looking kids up and down the lineup, and they do things well. And, you know, we had told our kids going into that game, it was just one of those games where, you know, it's kind of going to define how our season goes. We're sitting at 9-9, and you had an opportunity to either go, above or below 500, and we came out, told them you got to play 7 innings, and we had a big second or third inning where we scored 7 runs on them and gave ourselves a little bit of cushion that in the end we'd need. But it was a very good win against a squad that year in, year out, they're competing for state titles.
Absolutely. Now, as we get into this week, and again, here we are, not early April, but the beginning stages of April. You got still some time to get things done. You have a big game against Bartlesville. That's tonight as we record our program. And then you go to Enid this weekend for the Gladys Knight tournament. So, I guess every week is important to continue to develop as you get ready for what will be the end of the season push.
Yeah, we've got to put more of a focus on district play, and that's kind of what we're doing tonight. We're going to throw one of our better ones tonight, and then getting into the tournament, it gives us an opportunity to go play against 4 really talented 6A squads and see how we stand up against the West and some of the teams that we haven't seen from the East, and it just gives us that opportunity to go do those things and find out where we're actually at. And as you said, it gives us a chance to continue to develop, find out who we are as a team.
That's important too. You play mainly an East schedule, but you went to the Shawnee tournament. You're going to Enid this weekend. You've been to a tournament down in Oklahoma City. I mean, you really want to get an idea of who's out there, and I think most would agree. You look at scores, and it's hard to compare scores, but Owasso is still one of the state's best. Broken Arrow in your district. Certainly Jinx and Tulsa Union, who you played really, really close. But would you say the gap is narrowing between those teams and the other teams in the state?
Somewhat. There's always those differences. Those bigger schools generally, the Owassos, the Broken Arrows, the Jinx, they usually have that one kid on the mound that is, mid-90s and is just that 6A number one that's just right there. That's typically the thing that they have. But this year, yes, it seems to be narrowing every single year, because even this year we've seen upsets all across. Bigsby goes out and they beat Jinx yesterday after Enid had swept them last week. Bishop Kelly, who we split with early in the year, they beat Owasso twice now, and it's just kind of one of those things. Teams are used to playing each other, and in baseball, anything can happen on any given day.
But you've got the pitching to where sometimes you point those scores out and say, look, guys, don't think this is what it was in previous years, and you've got good enough pitching to where, when you're talking about Emmel and Shepard and Missouri and I don't want to leave anybody out, Kyle Mathias, but those guys, Sam Flowers, there's 5 right off the top of my head. Those guys can all pitch, and you probably aren't too uncomfortable with choosing any one of those names.
No, we've gone through a bunch of those. All of those kids have thrown major innings for us and will continue to throw major innings for us. And, we just try to tell them whenever we go up and play against those teams, the little things are going to be the things that matter. If we go out, we play solid defense, we throw strikes like what we've been doing, then, it's going to give us a chance in every single game. And then after that, it's just those timely hittings. But, yes, all of those kids have stepped up in major ways and been major contributors for us so far this year.
I don't want to get too far ahead of things, and I hate doing this to coaches, but as we record our program, I'm not going to talk to you probably next week. And a week from this Friday, it's a big game. It's Broken Arrow. They come to town, and I know I don't want to get too far ahead, but I think you know the direction I'm going here. It's a big game for our program. It's a district game, but it also is one of those games where you kind of see where you are, and again, not going too far ahead. I just kind of want to alert the fans that it'd be one of those games that they could come out and make a difference in.
Yeah, I mean, at home, anytime we can get as many people as we can there, it helps. I mean, it helps the kids. It makes it a fun environment. We want as many people to show up to the park as what can. It's an exciting brand of baseball that we play. But, yeah, whenever you get teams it's like Broken Arrow that come in, it's a big game for the kids. It's a big game for everybody else. People are there. They feed off of it, and it's going to be a good game.
Absolutely, and the weather's turning now. It's starting to get warmer. The guys are going to be a little more loose. I think everybody's going to cut it loose, don't you?
Yeah, you're getting to that point in time where kids start throwing a little harder, balls start traveling a little farther, and just the game kind of changes a little bit because the kids aren't so cold. It's basically a thawing out process.
Absolutely. Coach, thanks so much. Great job. Drew Burris, he's our new baseball coach. Get out and support the Wildcats. Watch them. They are a fun bunch to watch in high school baseball. Coach Burris, Phil Turney on Coach's Corner.